Hope you're doing well. Colin Knives here. This is one of my 8670M brush knives that I use around here, doing exactly what the name implies, clearing brush a lot around my goat pasture. But I'll sharpen it as I need to. I don't worry about getting out all the the damage to the edge, minor damage. Using a knife like this, you're going to do a lot of cutting down low, cutting a lot of dirty stuff, dirt impact. You're going to damage the edge. Typically, if it's sharp enough, and you can see actually it's really not, I'll touch it up on this little fine, I think this is an Easy Lap, fine oval sharpener. But it needs a little bit of sharpening. Let's see. And I'm going to take you through the process of what I do to put a working edge, whoops, on this knife. All right. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to try to repair a little bit of the damage. Again, I'm not going to go crazy with it. This is a double-sided DMT, small little DMT stone. It's a extra coarse. And I'm just going to use a little WD-40 on it. Now, I don't like using this stone a lot. It's so small, it makes things a little more difficult with a large blade like this. But you can fairly quickly remove some damaged steel. I'm just trying to keep this tight. And I'm not going to go for perfection. I can, in the light, off the stone, I can see the damage. There's a damaged spot right here. Now I'm right-handed, but still going in this direction is a little more awkward for me. I'm being fairly aggressive. This isn't about refinement at all. Now this is an old dirty rag. If I was sharpening one of my knives, like for example, my user neck knife, I wouldn't use a dirty rag because that imparts various, you might as well say abrasive sizes from dirt and sand. That's going to affect how you sharpen your knife. But with a working tool like this, I'm not too concerned about it. I can actually feel some grit on the stone. And this blade was pretty dirty as it was. Alright. So that's as far as I'm going to go on this. And I can see a lot of light. I'm not even remotely sharp. I just wanted to remove some steel. Now this is a Norton double-sided oil stone. Tends to be fairly aggressive, and that's again what I'm looking for. A little bit more surface area to work with. And I've just got some 3-in-1 oil. I remember right, this 8670M is 5960, somewhere in that ballpark. I found a heat treat recipe for this that I like. Now this actually is from Admiral, and it's listed as 8670M, but after trying various heat treat recipes and doing some testing, I found one that I'm using as my base. That's 8670. Now I'm trying to use the whole stone, and that just basically tries to keep the stone from dishing out so bad. Still have a little bit of light up here at the tip, a little bit right there. And I'm doing more shaping right now. The way I treat damage, unless it's like really bad, I don't worry about it. I don't worry about the knife being super clean. It'll get sharpened out over time as I use a knife. I will sharpen that damage out. With a tool like this, if I sit there and try to sharpen out all the damage, every time I sharpen it, then I'm actually sharpening a whole lot of steel away. And I'm going to reduce the life of the knife, especially since this knife is going to see hard work and it's going to get damaged anyway. There is a carpenter. He's a master woodwright. He was the first master woodwright at Colonial Williamsburg. His name is Roy Underhill. He's from North Carolina. There's a TV show I enjoy watching. And he was talking about sharpening tools. I think he was sharpening planes. And he's talking about people basically running down a rabbit hole, sharpening. And basically what happens is somebody gets focused on trying to get that perfect edge, and they spend more time actually sharpening their knife or their tool than using the tool. So I'm a firm believer in getting that tool sharp enough. What is sharp enough? Well, sharp enough is to do the task at hand, or to use the tool as a tool is meant to be used. Now, if you're, say, on a hunting trip and you have a hunting knife and you're out in somewhere and you've just shot some game and you need to touch the knife up, I hope you're not going to sit there and spend 2 hours trying to touch the knife up as you're trying to dress the game out. Typically you're going to touch it up if you need to until you can do the job that needs to be done. And then when you get back to your camp or back home, whatever the case may be, and you have the luxury of time, then you will sit there and sharpen the knife as you want it sharpened. All right. Undo. Clean this off a little bit. We're going to switch to one more stone, which will be our finishing stone for this. Oops. All right. And in this case, we're going to a Norton Fine India stone. Alright, and I'm going to use the same 3-in-1 PTFE lubricant. And if anybody's curious, we're looking at 13.5-inch blade here. Hello. All right. So a 13.5-inch blade here. And the widest point is about 1 3/4 inch wide. So I'm knocking actually my phone down, which is kind of precariously perched. Now I would do this a whole lot faster if I wasn't sitting there talking. All right. We'll see how close we are here in a second. Probably close enough for what I want it to do. I don't do any stropping. Actually, you can grab another dirty rag, but it's a little bit cleaner. I still can see the damage right there. See, it's like a little tiny bit of light reflecting right here at the tip. But that's okay. The tip tends to get damaged a lot faster than anything else. Alright, so I don't know if you saw that. Let's come back more into the camera here. So right there at the tip where I said I saw a little bit of light. And that spot, that's the damage. But other than that, that's more than adequate enough to go back to work. So I hope you're all doing well. Take care.